Welcome to this Saturday Travel and History Tip, and this is California Missions Part 5. There are 21 California missions, and we have taken you to San Francisco Solano, San Francisco de Assisi, Santa Cruz, San Juan Bautista, San Carlos Borromeo de Carmelo, Nuestra Senora de la Soledad, San Antonio de Padua, San Miguel Archangel, San Luis Obispo de Tolosa, La Purísima Concepción de María Santísima, Santa Inés Virgin y Martyr, and today we are going to San Gabriel Archangel, and I have taken this entire Saturday Travel and History Tip for this large, amazing mission. It is the pride of the missions, and it was the fourth mission. It was founded on September 8th, 1771, at a location 3 miles away from where you go today to see the mission. It was constructed in 1775, and this is the oldest structure of brick, stone, and mortar in Southern California. Now located in San Gabriel, it is in the Los Angeles metropolitan area. Do not let that deter you from going. It is a fabulous place to visit. The traditional Moorish fortress-like structure with walls ranging from 4 to 7 feet thick were designed by Padre Antonio Cruzado of Cordoba, Spain. Read the informative signs around the property that explain the history of the mission, including the fascinating 99-ton anchor, the aqueduct, the candle and soap factory, and other relics dug from the site. The sign at the entrance reads San Gabriel Mission, founded September 8th, 1771. This marks the oldest building in Southern California of brick, stone, and mortar, built 1791 to 1805, completed and dedicated. San Gabriel Mission was founded by Father Pedro Benito Cambon. His statue is on the above right, and Father Angel Fernandez de la Somera, his statue is on the above left. These two men founded this mission on September 8th, 1771 in nearby Montebello by the Rio Hondo River and moved to this location in 1775. This mission's cross above the entrance door was first installed about 1959, taken down for earthquake retrofit in the early 1990s, was restored and rededicated on March 7, 2009. The El Camino Real bell, this particular one was cast and then placed here on August 15, 1906 by Los Angeles section of the El Camino Real Association. The Court of Missions includes the models of the 21 California missions, which were assembled by the Claretian seminarians in the 1930s. The Stations of the Cross are neophyte Indian paintings exhibited at the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago. King Carlos II of Spain gave the hammered copper baptismal font as a gift. The 6 priceless altar statues were shipped around Cape Horn in 1791 from Spain. On the trail to San Francisco, the Anza Expedition stopped at this mission and gratefully indulged in the bounty kindly provided by the mission residents. This sign recognizes the Anza Trail, 1774, the first overland route to California. 1776 Overland Immigration Expedition. In January of 1776, San Gabriel Mission was host to trailblazer Colonel Juan Bautista de Anza and over 200 colonists and soldiers en route from Sonora, Mexico, to become the first residents of San Francisco. That would have been cool. This was the first overland immigration into Upper Alta California, and we have been across the Anza Trail in many places across California and Arizona. Father Font, diarist, said of San Gabriel, "On our arrival, they killed 4 sheep, whose meat was good. I do not remember having eaten mutton more fat and tender. Also chicken. All of us love San Gabriel Mission. It's fat cows that give rich milk, from which cheese and butter was made. As Father Paterno says, it's like the promised land." At its peak, with hundreds of thousands of acres, the mission's livestock reached 42,350 head. The exceptional gardens include the Ramona grapevine that was planted in 1774. This sign talks about how the vines propagated January 2013 from San Gabriel Mission Vine, that is a mother vine in California, and were planted here on June 19, 2014. This vine trellis is very engaging. You can also see one of the oldest living olive trees that was planted in the state in the 1860s, and a Valencia orange tree, which is representative of the first orange grove planted in California by the Franciscans from cuttings originating in Spain. The mission had the largest vineyard in Spanish California and was the source for other missions' vineyards, the viticulture legacy of Padre Jose Zalvadia. The side door under the Six-Bell Campanario opened directly to El Camino Real, and in reality was the front door at that time. The largest bell weighs 1 ton. It can be heard 8 miles away and dates to 1830. The oldest mission bells were cast in Mexico City in 1795. After secularization, President James Buchanan returned the church's property in 1859. It remains an active church. And about the historic 99-ton anchor, we read, in 1831, Don Miguel Blanco master sailed her to Mazatlan and San Blas, Mexico, with mission goods. Mission blacksmiths have since melted and cut off pieces of the anchor to make hinges, hose, nails, and other such articles. And about the aqueduct. In the early days of the mission, the only water supply came from Wilson Lake. Crudely built clay pipes brought the water from the open ditch to the aqueduct. From here, the water was piped to the tannery and to the kitchen on the mission grounds. Such engineering skill is displayed in the building of this water system, and it was from these crude beginnings that the desert land was made to bring forth an abundance of fruit. In the old kitchen display, it says that this kitchen is a replica of the original old kitchen built by the Franciscan and Gabriel Indians, but destroyed by fire in the early days. Many of these structures were destroyed by fire. Meals for the friars and Spanish soldiers were prepared here. Father Ramon Catalan, thinking of a typical kitchen of the Franciscan era, designed this kitchen after his grandmother's own, where he was born and raised in Puebla, Spain. They also had displays about the San Gabriel Band of Gabrielino Mission Indians village. Starting in October 2008 and led by Native Indians, and it gives their names, they built this Indian village so that visitors to the mission can see what it might have looked like with the Kie house, the sweat house to reduce weight, a modern sauna, hey, that's nice, the Oro que Vegish covered area considered a patio in modern days, and the rock where acorn nuts were smashed to get the edible part of the nut to eat, and some native plants that were used to make baskets for medicine and for ceremonies and celebrations. They also had this cannon on display, and they talked about the civil administration by Pio Pico. And maybe one day I will take you to Governor Pio Pico's state park. In 1834, Mission San Gabriel was turned over to civil administration, allowing the Franciscans to perform spiritual works only. The Claretian missionaries have been in charge of Mission San Gabriel since 1908, and there is a church cemetery, and you also will find a statue of Father Junipero Serra. It was placed there for the 150th anniversary of the San Gabriel Mission, 1771 to 1921. American history. Learn it, love it, appreciate it. Don't let them steal our history. Share our American history. Hope you watch all the Saturday travel and history tips. And if you appreciate our content, tell others and repost on your social platforms. And a reminder, go to danasbooks.net to learn more about my books, see other videos, and find some fun recipes. Thank you.